Record. So welcome. It is Sunday night, November 15th. We're halfway through the month, and it is our second coach training call. There's two main things I really wanted to go over tonight, and one is something I've been hearing from a lot of coaches, mainly through private messages, which at this point I feel like we could probably begin discussions on the page because I think other people can really benefit from it. But it is the Shakeology, and it is, I've had several people oh, sorry, I muted myself. They asked me, what are you supposed to do? I'm going to mute you girls just so there's not background noise. How do you approach someone who says, hey, I have 21-day fix that I got from my girlfriend, or hey, I have 21-day fix that I got from eBay, or I got from Amazon, or I had this before I met you, but can I still join your group? Because that is one of the most common things you're going to hear. And I will say I've done it both ways. I have done groups where I have said to people, you must drink Shakeology to be in my group. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You do get people who are truly committed because you have to make that investment and they have to commit. So one thing I've learned is when someone gets a workout program super cheap off of something else or somebody else and doesn't buy the Shakeology and says, I'm going to join your group, chances are they don't commit to the group. They have nothing invested. They really wanted to make a change. They suck it up and do it. Not to say that not all do. I've had people who do get things given to them and rock it out without the Shakeology and with a program that was given because they truly want to change. But more often than not, the ones who have been given something for free just expect it to be handed to them, and they don't work for it, and therefore they don't get anywhere. So I always tell people the one thing is this is your business and you can run it whatever way you want. So I will say that if you let too many people into your groups who don't invest in the Shakeology, for one, is not getting you anything financially. We're not here just to make money, but we all need money to live. So it's certainly, I'm sure, a driving factor of one of the reasons why you're here and why you're trying to make a business out of this. But somebody even who just buys a program, you get $15 commission from a 21-day fix program one time, and that's it. You do not get Success Club points from programs. They're missing that nutrition in their day anyways, and you're not getting anything from them going forward. And if they then even like the group and they start telling their friends, hey, I'm doing this group, you can use my workouts and come do it. You don't need to do anything else. It just starts that ripple effect. Where alternatively, if you get someone who makes a sacrifice, commits to the Shakeology, and gets results, imagine the ripple effect that can have when they start sharing that with other people. So I'm not going to tell you that you require or don't require. I will say I do everything in my power to get someone to at least commit to Shakeology. Or try it. So if it's somebody who is coming to me brand new and they want the workout program and they're not interested in Shakeology, I'll try to get them to do at least a sampler. And if they don't want to spend on the $7 to ship the sampler from Beachbody, I usually have a variety of packets that I can at least put a sampler together that I urge them to at least try. Will I make somebody drink something that they don't want to drink? No. If somebody has an allergy and cannot drink it for some reason, that's a totally different story. But if it's just someone who's just not willing to do it because they just don't see the value yet, it's then my job to teach them the value of Shakeology. So I share my own personal story. For me, I think that's the first step that you can do. And I share what it's done for me. It's helped me get off my Crohn's disease medicine. It did help me lose some weight. It helped then my mom training for her first marathon at 52. It helps my grandmother stabilize her blood sugar because she has diabetes. Helped my mother-in-law lose weight. It helped my husband lose weight. So I have all these stories of people around me. And not everyone has family members that are going to commit to Shakeology or support you to try it. And I realize that. But the more people who trust you already, you tell someone who you're friends with and you have a relationship with, they already trust you and they trust your opinion. And some people I know will say, I don't want my friends and family to think I'm trying to sell anything to them. But look at it this way, why keep this a secret? When I think of the people who suffer from Crohn's disease and could benefit from not that everyone will, but I no longer spend $60 a month on my medicines. I no longer have to take a pill twice a day. it was a result of changes that I made in my health and nutrition. So like everyone who suffers from these things, I think should be able to feel these same things. So instead of thinking that you're trying to sell something to somebody, look at it like you're trying to help them. Like, who could you help? To me, it's the friends and family. And that is really, truly how I started. And I have all these stories now from, people my age, people my parents' age, my grandparents' age, who've had success by whether it's just incorporating the Shakeology or doing Shakeology in a workout program. But that has driven my business. And my mother-in-law's friends have become preferred customers and discount coaches of mine. My great aunts from my grandma talking up Shakeology have become discount coaches of mine. So, true story. So you can't, it's a touchy subject, and I know it's a lot of money. I often will try to teach people the value of it. So, you can ask people, like, I know it seems like a lot. I was sticker shocked up front too. And when I first invested in Shakeology, I canceled my home direct because I didn't think I was going to ever drink it again. And I just got it because it was cheaper in the challenge pack. But once I drank it consistently for my 21 days in my 21-day fixed challenge group, sorry, Mom, I muted I lost your video. But once I drank it consistently, I saw and felt the differences. So I share that with other people. And I lost train of thought now what I was doing or what I was talking about. But I don't know. But anyway, so you're going to get people who still are like, I can't afford it and I don't want to and blah, blah, blah. I will often let them do like one group. Say, I do generally require it, but you seem committed. You seem like you really want this. And I do really want to help you. So here's the deal. I'll let you do one group. Everyone else in the group is going to be drinking Shakeology. So you're going to see people talk about it. But, I tell people, you don't have to lie and say like you drank a shake and you didn't drink one. Just leave it out. Don't say I'm not willing to buy Shakeology and not comment on it. Just leave it out of your daily check-in. A lot of times people see all the talk about Shakeology and they want to try it anyways. So whether they buy a sampler then or do a month or whatever, that often happens. A lot of times people who I will let try a group who already have a program don't end up doing anything with it because they weren't invested and then they weren't committed. But then there are people who, like, if you get leads, so one of the things that we've talked about through the Coach Basics is that with the lead program, if you hit Success Club 5, and you're an Emerald coach, you then qualify for leads in the next month. So in the month of November, if you hit Success Club 5 and you're Emerald coach and you're a paid club member, that's the third thing, you'll qualify for leads next month. And your leads are people who go online and just order something and don't have a coach. They get pushed out to the coaches who meet that criteria. I've had leads turn into very great customers, turn into discount coaches, and turn into working coaches. So I always say don't discount those leads because they can really turn into a lot. And if you are Emerald and hit Success Club and you're a paid club member, like you then qualify for those leads. If you hit Success Club 10, you then qualify for Success Club leads. And that's people who not only order something, but they order a challenge pack or Shakeology. So like these people have already decided like it's worth it and they're going to commit to something. But when somebody is just a customer lead and they order Shakeology or they order a workout program, I invite them to my group. So I kind of look at it that way. When I have a random person who comes to me or somebody who comes to me and already has a workout program and they say they want to do a group and I've done everything in my power to try to share the value of Shakeology and they're just not into it, I let them in my group because I also let leads in my group. So I kind of run that comparatively and kind of give them the benefit of the doubt and let them try something. But your business will not grow unless you can help people find and the value of Shakeology. And one of the ways you can do that is through your own posts, which is what I was talking to Jackie with before we got started. But as you're hearing objections from people like that they don't have time to work out, that's when you really boast that 30 minutes is 2% of your day. Like, I'm okay giving my kids my phone or the iPad if they wake up early for 30 minutes while I get my workout in. Because in all honesty, that 30 minutes that they have the phone or the iPad is worth it in the long run for me to have 30 minutes of exercise to feel better about myself, to be more energized, to be less stressed, and to be healthier. I value that. Half the time they're going to come in and join me at some point in the workout. So like it's a win-win all around. So if you're getting objections about time, you kind of spin it around to post about it in your times. Like, we're all busy. I don't know anybody that you talk to that says, hey, how are you? They don't come back with, I'm busy, because everyone's busy. It's your priorities. So it's finding ways to post about that in your day-to-day actions that will help other people. Like, okay, well, she can do it, so can I. Same thing with the Shakeology. When people are telling you it's too expensive, that's when you think about, like, today I got a salad from Panera. I kid you not, it was $9.19, a chicken salad. Like, I've never really paid much attention to it. I was like blown away that a salad was $9.19. Like, that's 2.5 Shakeologies when you take your discount into consideration. So when people are saying it's too expensive, ask them, like, do you ever eat out for lunch or dinner? What do you spend when you eat out? What do you get? Do you cook at home? What do you cook? What's a healthy meal that you cook? Not a processed junk meal. Like, what's a healthy meal that you cook? Do you take a vitamin? How much are your vitamins? Because, like, if you're taking a vitamin or if you're drinking Shakeology, you don't need a vitamin. Unless you're nursing, then you need, or pregnant, then you need folic acid. But other than that, you don't need another vitamin. So, like, getting to know the people and, like, tell them, like, I'm not trying to sell you something you don't want, but I really think that if you saw the value behind it that I see, you might have a different point of view. So let me ask you a few questions, and then you can kind of shoot some of those out. But I think the more confident you are, the more confident other people will be in what you have to say. Somebody just says it's too expensive and you say, okay, thank you, and bye. Then, like, you're not going to get anywhere. And it's going to take practice through your conversations. But the more you practice talking to other people about it and go into it with confidence that, like, yes, like, it's a crazy deal. And that's one of the posts I posted, was it Saturday, I think. And the Shakeology post in our group was just different Shakeology references. There's a call that Darren O'Lean, one of the creators, did for one of the team calls. It just has a lot of factual information in it. There's a blog post I did that I talk about it being a crazy deal. Like, I say it's a crazy good deal, because when I take into consideration the impact it had on my life and what it took out from my Crohn's disease medicine to the vitamin I was taking at a time and a meal and all of that, and what it's done for my health, it's an amazing deal. And it comes down to the whole, you pay the farmer or you pay the doctor. I'm going to choose to pay the farmer here with the Shakeology. But it takes time, and it's going to take time for you to get confident in talking with it, and you're going to run into a whole bunch of situations. So when you have questions and somebody says something and you don't know how to respond, just post in the group, and you can get my thoughts on it. If you have a question about it or you're running into an objection, somebody else in the group is probably having similar thoughts or discussions or questions too. So just don't be afraid to post something in the group about it, or always ask me, call me, text me, whatever. So that's the Shakeology deal. Now, the other thing I wanted to make sure we talked about tonight was the Cash for Christmas event that's tomorrow night. So you guys are all welcome to invite to this. So it's kind of stemmed from, if you've been, I know, Jackie, you have been, I'm not sure, Sophia, if you were in a sneak peek group or not. So one thing that we typically have done, I've done them monthly now, my goodness, for probably a year, is a sneak peek into coaching group. So I have these videos that I've made, and they're 5 days long, and I share little, like, FAQs and snippets as to, like, what a Beachbody coach does, and I hit on different topics. And I've always done 5 days, and I actually planned to do a 3-day glance group, I called it, and I was going to do it this coming Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and I was going to mirror the same time frame in December, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and cut it to 3 days just because it's holidays and people are busy. But, and I noticed from, like, the last couple groups more so, like, by the Thursday, people are checked out and gone. Like, I just was, like, there was such little interactions. I'm like, okay, like, how can we change this? So my thought was to do the 3-day glance group. Well, then someone else started it, and then just throughout different groups that I'm in within the team pages, and we decided to do an event. So rather than doing this 3-day long private group, it's actually going to be a 2-hour event tomorrow night from 9 to 11. And the way, like, I've had different leaders on our team create videos. So I think there's 9 videos in total. And it's going to be like, why should you become a coach? Different like challenger success story, coaches success stories, just 9 different topics. And it doesn't really go into, I don't feel like it goes into as much detail as the sneak peek did. But the point is to get people interested and draw that feed on the post. So it's going to be public. So like anyone, like I know I was invited to some other group party thing event, and anytime somebody posts, I've never even responded. Like, how if you get invited to an event, it's like join, going, maybe, whatever. There's like different things you click on. This one, I have never even responded to it, but anytime somebody posts in the group, I get a notification. So I invited everybody in our team page is what I first started with. So anybody who was in our team page when I created it last week got an invite to the event. And then I only invited other people who I've been talking to. Like, so if I've been talking to somebody about a challenge group or the coaching opportunity, or if they were in a sneak peek before, like I added them into this event. And then I've done different posts and I've sent messages to people like, hey, I'm running this event. Would you be interested? So I'm adding people into it. I mean, I know I get annoyed when I'm added into a group that I have no idea what it is. Like I don't want in your group. So I would be cautious. You don't want to like make somebody mad that like you're adding them into a group that they don't want to be in. But think about it. Like if you've been talking to somebody about it, because here's the thing, we talk about in the videos that you can be a coach just for the discount, and you can be a coach and just enjoy the discount on the products that we talk about. So it doesn't have to be just for working coaches. I feel like it can really apply to someone you've been talking to, both from a challenger standpoint or from a coaching standpoint. So the one thing I encourage you all, like at this point, like you guys don't have to do anything other than participate. So like if you're inviting someone, like your comments under these videos and threads are only going to draw the traction on the post. So I want to post in our One Fit fan page too, but like everyone who's in this event and has some interest in it, whether like if they're adding people into it, the more you comment, like your friends will see you comment because it's a public event. So even if someone you didn't invite to this group, they may see you comment in this group and it's public, they can go in and look at the videos. So the point is to just get as many eyes as possible on the event. But we have in there, like at the end is like a final video on like how to join. And it's, it says go back to the coach that invited you. So like there's no links within this event to like have someone sign up. So it'll be very much then on you to reach out to people or those people to contact you from like a sign up perspective or questions or whatever. But the more conversation and dialogue we can have happen within the event, the more successful it'll be. Because even if this event's over from 9 to 11, tomorrow when somebody comments on it, or Tuesday, somebody comments on it, it's going to come back up in people's newsfeed. So that's the whole concept behind doing the event opposed to a closed private group, is that it's just going to draw more eyes and more traction. I've never done it, hit or miss, trial and error. We'll see how it goes. One other team I know of did one last week and it was very successful. So like with the time of year, when you think about it, like, or the time of the month, it's Thanksgiving is next week, right? Next Thursday. So by doing it now, like if you have people sign up within this week, they would get their stuff sometime next week into the end of next week. November 30th will be like my next challenge group kickoff date, which I always tell everyone, any coaches are welcome to join as long as they participate and join along with me. But that kind of gives you something to plug them into, whether they're a new coach or a new challenger. And then also I always start my new coach training groups at the beginning of the month. So that's kind of why the timing is the way it is. Like I wanted to get it done and out before the holidays, allow people who are going to sign up and order something to get it in time to start something new on the 30th. So I will stop there. Those are the main things I want to talk about today. Does anyone have questions on the event, Shakeology, anything else, how to see something in the...
Is the time for the event, is that Eastern? That's Eastern time?
That's Eastern.
Okay, perfect.
Where are you?
California.
Okay. Yeah, it's Eastern.
So I just want to make sure I adjust that time.
Yes.
My calendar.
Yes.
Perfect.
Jackie, are you Eastern time? I can't hear you. I'm unmuting you.
Oh, it's 9:30.
Okay, so you're the same.
So yeah, that's Eastern Standard.
Yeah. I wasn't sure. I had asked Wendy. She was in the sneak peek with you last time, if you remember.
Yeah.
You guys both had some Canada questions. The last time she was on a call, I'm like, this is embarrassing to ask, but are you Eastern Standard Time? Because I honestly have no idea. She's like, no, we are. So I wasn't sure.
Yeah. I'm really close to her, actually, physically.
Are you? Oh, cool.
We're only about an hour, I'd say, away. Like Toronto, she's in Toronto, which is like the big city. So I'm not in that, but I'm close. That would be my closest big city. Yeah.
How cool is that? Maybe you guys can do like Super Saturday together or something.
I know it's kind of nice that we're close. Yeah.
That is really cool. My first 2 Canadian coaches.
I know.
That's exciting.
Yeah. And I have to, I had somebody ask me about the Shakeology, the other girl, and I sent her, wanted, because I found on the coach section, there's like all those like PDF documents. So comparing it to your Starbucks drink and comparing it to your yada yada. So I tried to cut and paste a little bit of that, but then right before I sent it to her, I'm like, that's American pricing. That's going to throw her off. So I had to adjust it for Canadian pricing. Because it's like $5.20 right now. Like that's the average is $5 compared to $4. Yeah. So you kind of have to be like, well, that's what you spend on a coffee and a muffin at Tim's, right? So you kind of have to, do that. But
that's the thing. I was with a girl. I actually met a girl to talk about coaching last week at Starbucks. And I only drink green tea. I don't drink coffee. But still, my green tea is like $2.65 or something.
Yeah.
And she got just a small, I think, or maybe a medium. I don't know. It wasn't a big one. Like I got a large green tea there. She got something else that was small, coffee, something. It was $4.02. And I was like, wow, like I just don't drink coffee, so I don't really pay much attention to it. And I was like, because I was, we were talking about Shakeology, and I'm like, see, you could get a full meal for $4, or you could buy the coffee you just bought for $4 that you got nothing out of, but some maybe sugar. She's like, I know. But it's a really good comparison, like, and then those are the little things that like really go a long way into how, like my salad that cost $9 today, like thinking about like that being 2 Shakeologies, like that's a big difference. I would have drank probably 2 Shakeologies compared to the salad I had.
The salad, yeah.
But it takes people a while, and it'll take consistency. And I'll tell you that, like, I have people now, for one, consistency in all areas, like consistency in your posting, because at this point, my customers all come from social media. Like 90% of my customers now are people that I did not know until I met them on Instagram or my Facebook like page or whatever it is, or my blog. Like that is now what generates most of my customers, but it didn't in the beginning. But I posted on my blog and I posted on Instagram and I kept learning new things. And in time, as those grew, and my like warm market on my Facebook kind of tapped out, because everyone that was going to do it kind of did it. The social media is what is still driving my business now. But there are people who have been watching me, and after a year and a half are like, okay, now I'm ready. So I know sometimes patience is hard, but when I first started, somebody said to me, if you can be consistent and stick it out for a year and never let your foot off the gas, and when it gets hard, keep pushing, but be consistent for a full year. When you hit that 1 year mark, you'll see what everyone's talking about. So I was like, okay, like enough people were telling me the same things. Do it for a year, consistent, like not like coach for a year, but like stop for 4 months in the middle, like consistency, even when it's hard, and keep pushing and do everything in your power to hit Success Club every single month, no matter what it takes. It pays off. And like I can tell, I shared this story last night when I was with a group of friends. Last New Year's Eve, on the 31st of the month, I was at Success Club 9, and I had to hit Success Club 10 every single month. I was determined to go down at Success Club 10, and I kid you not, I invited like 80 some people that day on New Year's Eve as we're getting ready to go to dinner, and I ended at Success Club 11.
Yeah.
It wasn't fun to spend New Year's Eve sitting and inviting, but I was dedicated, and I was like, I'll be damned if I don't get Success Club 10 this month. I've done it every single month, and I'm not stopping now. So sometimes, it's not always fun and glamorous and easy, but it's always worth it. So any other questions?
I think so.
All right. Well, thank you for getting on. Any questions over there, Miss Diane Michael?
No problem.
All right. Well, you ladies have a good night. That's my mom, Sophia, if you didn't know. Figured
Yeah.
Jackie probably knew that at this point, but
I do, and I see your post on our group, and I love her post. So
I know
yeah, it's nice.
she's very good. We keep trying to dabble her into coaching. So,
Aw.
all right. Well, you
Yeah.
ladies have a wonderful night. Thanks so much for getting on.